How did we get here? Is evolution even a thing? There are questions asked all around the world, from the past to the future. But I'm not going to be talking about monkeys because we've all heard that debate multiple times. Like, who wants to hear it once more over again? Instead, I put my hours of research into looking into Lucy, Neanderthals, and Archaeopteryx, the tongue twister he wants me to say. So first, this small little pile of bones is called Lucy. She's 1.2 million years old, and she's found in Ethiopia. Her femur has a slight indentation which can hint or gives evidence that she walked upright. Her loom, the biggest bone in her pelvis, is flatter on top, which gives it more of a balance, and it's more like a human. It's more like a human's rather than a chimp's who they spend most of their time in the up in trees. Also, her arm bones and thigh bones are 85% more like a baboon's, unlike a monkey's. It also has a shin bone which is stronger, and also is another clue that it walked upright. And it also has a phrase knee, which is basically like a human's knee. And you're probably thinking, okay, how is this link into humans? Well, the sad part is, it being so old and being in Ethiopia, it is a highlands, which is basically a desert, so finding intermediate links is basically hard. We were lucky enough to have found her. Now, Neanderthals. First, we have to thank Gilbert Thomas and his team for all this. They originated from like Europe and a little bit into the Middle East and a little bit up into Russia. First of all, if we're going to look at the bones, starting with the head. The head, as it's kind of hard to see since it's blurry, the heads on them are more elongated and lowered, not like a human's, and how they're rounded. Their chest is more shaped like a funnel, not barrel shaped. Their fingers and knees are more robust and like stronger than ours, are more slender and breakable. And what we have in common is our pelvises are the same and our toes are in line. But what's a speech without a little DNA, since it is about evolution? If you are not of African descendants and you came from Europe, there's a good chance that you have at least 2.5% Neanderthal in you. Which I know it doesn't seem like a lot, which it isn't, but you have to remember this: when they would have inbred with us, took place millions of years ago. So there won't be a lot left since it wasn't recent. And also, we share similar genes like the FOXP2 gene and the CNTNAP2 gene, which both specializes in speech and language. And then, if you're thinking, well, I'm not related to that, we didn't interbreed with something that's kind of humanish, okay, fine, you can call it a human link or whatever, but then you have to understand, look at the ribs, the head, and just how bigger built they are. In a way, you're still showing that evolution still happened on a smaller scale, though. And then if you're still going with the link thing, they also think that what evolved, what the Neanderthal evolved from was Homo erectus. And now, Archaeopteryx. It's supposedly supposed to come as it was supposed to be start out as a two-legged dinosaur, and then it gained teeth and feathers, which is really hard to argue because this happened way long time ago, and it was found, if I remember right, in Germany or somewhere around in there. And it's basically they're running off superstition, and you can't really argue it. Sure, it was a freak of nature, and it's cool, gonna give it that, but you can't really argue it because we don't know much about it. But first we started off talking about, before I sidetrack myself, there's Archaeopteryx. But first I talked about Lucy, and then Neanderthals, and then the feathery thing. I hope you found something interesting in this, or at least caught up on your sleep, because we all need that. But let's see what the future has involved for us as human life and as evolution, or creationism, because it's going to take some interesting turns, I think.